Hey, Mark. So you've run some numbers for Innisfil today.
I did. So before we get into the numbers, let's have a chat about it. So here's what I'm saying in Innisfil. I'm going to give a snippet of information.
This is for the last week of November too, right?
Uh, yes, yeah, a little bit. Yes, I went back from the 17th.
Okay.
So there's some numbers in there. What I'm saying is inventory is coming down, but I don't think it's coming down by sale. It's not coming down by sales. It's coming down by sellers going, take it off the market. We're tired of not getting showings. What I say, I'm going to say showings. We're not getting showings because I really believe the pricing down there is wrong for what the buyers are willing to pay for that in that market. So last video I think we did, there was 319. Now there's 287. We didn't get that many sales on a weekly basis in that community. This week we got 5. So if we look back, 5. Some we got 4. So it's consistently it's a market that is priced very high, and they have a lot of properties at $1 million and over. So if we look at the 287 listings on the active in the community today, 151 of them are over $1 million. That's
Wow.
3% of the inventory is over $1 million. And we've talked about this numerous times on our videos that these properties in these high price points are taking a beating. Go to Innisfil, you have your choice on everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not, what I'm seeing is a lot of triple days on market, and I'm not seeing a lot of sellers going, hey, we're not selling. We need to be reducing. That I'm not seeing. When I'm flipping through looking at these, I'm going to see the odd price change, but they're all kept the same way, the same prices. And no one's doing anything about that. So I think either the agents are giving them wrong information, which we will never know, or they're pricing it as, well, this one's very similar to yours and it's priced there. I think we need to be in that price. So we're following the herd. Well, look at the herd. It's not working for them. So change it. They've,
Well, even
they've
if
done
they
the
change it,
homework.
is it, but even if they change it right now, is it going to even matter?
Not right
Like
now. No,
that's
not.
the, it's not, because that's the price range where like your mortgage would be 4 or 5 grand a month, even if you put a huge chunk down.
Oh, 100%. 100%. That's 100%. So, and again, we're in the wrong selling season. We're in November. And as we know, it jumped off a cliff in the fourth quarter. Traffic just died.
Yeah.
So, and we've seen it in our market in Barrie. We're seeing it there too. So, yeah, no, it's just something that, you know, don't react now. I think if I had a property there and I've had triple digits, take it off the market because you're going to get nothing in December. Unless you really need to sell, then you really need to get that price point sharp enough. But your window to sell that now is it's really narrowing. So
Yeah.
that's what I've seen. So this year there was 5 sales. The price points are between 819 and 925. 2022, same weeks, 10 sales. It's not good. Cut in half.
Well,
Sell.
no, yeah, and we're seeing in Barrie that the price that in condos and detached are basically the same, and in Innisfil we're in half.
4.5. And we've been consistently seeing the 30, 40, 50% sales off in that community for a long time.
Yeah.
And, we keep saying the same thing. I keep saying the same thing. Obviously, it's the pricing that's not correct in that community. So,
Well, Springwater, where Rob lives, they had 40 something listings 2 weeks ago, and they're down to 14 or 15. They didn't sell.
they
Everybody
didn't
just took them
sell.
off the market.
Right,
But
right,
they're also everything's over 1 million.
right. They just got saying, you know what, it's Christmas season's here. We got plans, company, scratch it off the list.
Well, and we're not getting our price right now,
No. And there's
so
some
we might as well wait.
right. And there's a lot of sellers like that. Well, I had a listing appointment last week and I went over, he wanted a price over the phone. I'm going, well, hang on a second. Pull it up. I went, here's your best comparable. Here's what it sold for. I haven't seen your house yet. It's been 20 years since you bought it. And the first question out of his mouth was, "Oh, I want way more than that." Then my question to him was, then don't sell because you're not going to get it. So if you want a certain dollar amount, then you're going to have to wait out till the market picks up to get it. If you list now, you're not going to get that. Right.
No, exactly.
Then I went over and saw them the next day and had a tour of his house and stuff like that, transparent with information and going, let's pull the same listing up now that I've been to your house. This is the same listing. Let's see how it compares. And some things they had better and some things the other property had better. After the conversation and the tour, yeah, I see your point now. Maybe 9 would be the right number. Yeah, 9 would be the right number, but let's not list it now because no one's coming.
No.
Let's just be honest. It's not the market to listing a property in December at that price point, and they have a lot on their plate. So let's revisit this in the new year, right? But you see how they understand. Of course, everyone's back gets up, right? We've had these people before. I want this certain number. I'm not selling. I'm going to show you what's selling right now, and if it doesn't meet your standards, then don't sell, because no one's coming to your property to give you 100 grand more than what you want.
Yeah, unless you have to sell for some reason.
Right. And in that, so if that seller has to sell, he's taking advice, whatever we tell him or her, right? Yeah. But I do really believe in transparency and showing them. And I hate doing it on a phone call because I never saw their house before. It was a past client, great, right? I could sit there and go, oh yeah, here it is, and no problem. I need to come by. This is what I know your house inside out. But it's I think there still could be some unrealistic sellers out there.
And I think there's a lot of unrealistic sellers out there still.
I do. We see it in BARRIE, and we're seeing a lot of it in Innisfil.
Well, right? I see a lot of new listings come up, and they're pretty high.
Pretty high. Some are, and you go, what were you thinking? Like, let's be honest, doesn't anybody fucking ask? Really?
Well, I think they do, but I think a lot of it is the client, and a lot of real estate agents, like, they won't turn down a listing, right?
Well, I'm not one of those agents, because if I can't sell it, and I didn't end up telling that those people, they're lovely people, by the way. And I told them, I said, you know what? If we want to list it at your place, you're going to hate my guts within 2 months. You're going to want to kill me. You're going to want to get me out of there, because I'm not selling. I'm not getting people through because of the price point.
Yeah.
As you know me, I'm a big fan of being transparent. I'm a big fan of, having those hard conversations. And if I don't get the listing, I'm totally okay with it.
Well, and it's not like a lot of people think too that, we give them away just to get the sale. We're always trying to get the most we can for our client, but you have to be realistic. Like, you have to know where the market's at.
And I told him, I said, you may get more than 9. The new year, we could see a little lift. I'm going to keep you updated what's going on. But if we were list today, put it on the board tomorrow, yeah, 9's the number. But you want a bit more, and right now it's not the time. So, it was a good meeting with a prospective client, because he got my honesty, showed him what's going on in the market, right? Yeah. Look, here it is. And we went through a couple other properties, that weren't true comparables, but, look what they got. And there was a couple went, holy cow, they got a little bit more than I thought they were worth. But, that happens too. Doesn't happen all the time, but it happens. So, I just think, I really think that sellers should be asking more questions, Dan. I really think people should be asking, and just not walking to her and going, what's the number? Well, 950 should do it. Okay, great. We were thinking 9. So they signed the dotted line, but meanwhile, there really could be an 850.
Well, and I think the trick is too, to look at the solds, not the actives.
I look at both. Like, I didn't look at actives with these people, but I look at both to see, because there could be some information there going apples to apples and going.
No, I look at both for sure. Like, I show my clients, but right now the solds are more important, because
100%.
Because you have a lot of people listed at unrealistic prices that have been sitting there forever.
Yeah.
And I can't tell what the proper price should be, because it didn't sell. So if I look at what's actually selling in the range that my client wants to be at, then, you can tell whether this is realistic or it isn't.
Yeah. 100%, right? And that's so true. So,
because there's a lot of listings out there.
There's a ton right now in certain categories and price ranges there is. And
And you look at them and you think, oh my God, this one's really, really good. And then another one's really, really shit. But they're
Yeah.
still both haven't sold. So
And that just, it's just down to footsteps, right? That
yeah.
people, there's just active buyers. There's not enough active buyers in the market looking right now.
No,
And if they could be looking, but they're just not willing to pull the pin yet.
exactly.
So that plays a lot with it. And for Innisfil, we'll get back to Innisfil, where it's dominated by higher price points. Well, there's not a market there for that. It's a struggling market. So, and I'm seeing some sales, again, from, 5 sales. There wasn't many sales from 819 to 925, like decent properties sold in that range, but nothing over the million mark. And we all know why. And we're seeing some with double days on, triple days on market, whatever. Like that's just a normal thing. We're seeing lots of relists in those properties right now.
Well, listen, I told you I saw one in Innisfil yesterday. It was listed at 1,399, sold for 1,499.
Yeah. But that had some acres though too. So
2 acres.
Right. So that's kind of rare down there. So someone, says, hey, I have some plans. I may want to put a shop or whatever. I'm in. And because you can't find that too many times down there. So something like a niche like that, yeah, you're going to get it. Or a waterfront comes up on a good street, whether it's Purvis or what's the other one? Leonard, that's it. Hey, price pretty good. Yeah, they're going to get some bids on that for sure.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, let's go through a couple more things. Go through the sales, days on market. So 26 new listings. These are not new listings. These are terminations.
Cancel and relist.
Invest. Okay. We're not seeing a lot of new inventory come available on the board. 8 price changes, 3 are conditionally sold, which we will see next week. And where are the listings? Well, we know where the listings are. There's 151 of them priced over $1 million with triple days on markets. And the ones that I'm going through, say I have 50, 60, 70. I know if I hit the termination, if I hit the history on it, I'm going to see way more than that. So, it's just that range. And that seller's either going to have to be very patient. And if you need to sell, you need to look at the market more closely.
Yeah.
Right. And doing it now, you've missed the mark. To me, a seller down there in that price range has missed the market rate. It's done. It's done. That's kind of
hit the like, the subscribe, or drop us a comment.
Follow. Any other things you want to pipe up with or no?
I don't think so. I think Innisfil's always been tougher. I mean, I lived in Innisfil for 25 years and it's always been tougher. It doesn't move the same as BARRIE does.
No.
It always takes longer. But now with all the new builds and the beautiful new builds.
100%. There's stunning homes down there.
Way better than the shit they're building in BARRIE.
100%. 100%.
But it's also all in a high price range.
Yeah, I know. That's the kicker right there.
That
high range, right? So it's going to get interesting. Let's hope the new year's off to a better start.
I hope so.
All right. See you. Enjoy your Friday. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes.
See ya.
See ya.